Howdy folks, Hellcrex here, and welcome to episode 37 from Thoughts from the Innersphere. And today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to be talking about customized mechs. And if you're one of those individuals that has any type of mech building program that you're able to design your own sheets for your own mechs, I use Heavy Metal Pro. Been using that for years now. I've tried some other ones, but I can't seem to make them work on my computer. Maybe it's just the way it is. I don't know. I don't know. But you look at a lot of times in games where you just like, man, that's what's part of this whole series is about, is that you have a mech and you look at it as in a stock configuration. And you're just like, I'm not quite satisfied the way this works. I don't like having machine guns, or I don't like having SRM2s, or I don't like that big AC-20 autocan. I want to downgrade it down to a AC-10 and take a few extra tons and throw some more armor on. And I don't have a problem with that. Any way you can customize your system to allow you to make your mech maybe a little bit better, to make it run the way you want to. That's the whole purpose of customization, and that's what I'm trying to get across in this series, is that you have what's the pros and cons with the stock mech, and then what you as a personal mech driver want to change with your mech to make it fit your style. Alright, I have to say probably my style is more towards the energy side of it. And I like, medium lasers. I'm a big fan of the medium laser. You get the most bang for your buck. But the only problem with that is you have to get in close. So you want something that can shoot out at range and do some engagement at range before you can get in close and just rip something apart with that. And I'm also stated I'm really not a big fan of the AC-20. It falls into the same category for the amount of tonnage that you throw into that thing, and it only shoots 9 hexes, and with my own experience, half the time it misses, so you're like gambling to hope that it does hit. But heck, when it does hit, ooh, they feel it. Which I think was why a lot of people are a big fan of the Hunchback. Who does not like a Hunchback? But I'm also a fan of the one with the 9 medium lasers. Yeah, that thing can dish out some severe firepower. Now, I'm just looking at how I look at designing a mech. I'm over here on the Heavy Metal Pro. Let's say I want to make a scout mech, let's say a 35 tonner. And I always look, let's go to Tech Level 1, since we're 3025, we don't know what these XL engines and double heat sinks are. Those are lost tech from the bygone days. Alright, now if I'm going to do a scouting roll, the slowest I want my scout to be is a 6.9. So I'll go to 6.9. I like jump jets, and we'll go throw some jump jets on here. Heat sinks, I'm going to put 12. Why 12? I'll tell you in a second. I'll give you a hint. Medium lasers. Now, let's see how much tonnage left. Ooh, we have 4 tons left. Interesting. Alright, let's drop it down to 0. Go that route. Now, what do you want to do with this thing? So now we got 6 tons to play with, and your 35 tons, your 6.9 mover, with your single double heat sinks, and it's your 3025. What's the role you want to do with this thing? Do you want to be an anti-scout mech, or harassment mech, or just pure 100% just scout the fringes? It's over there. I'm spotting for the big guys behind me. They can rain in the LRM death, okay? And I'm going to give this guy the harassment role. Let's go over to the weapon systems. I'm going to go to missiles. I'm putting an LRM 5 on here. Add. That leaves me, should be 3 tons. And I'm going to energy. I'm going to add 3 medium lasers. Done. So now I have something I can shoot in close. I got something I can shoot in out of distance. And the LR5, yeah, really, it's not gonna blow anything up off the face. It's a harassment weapon. It's just letting somebody know that, hey, I got something I can touch you with. And then, be honest, there are times when you get that lucky shot to the center torso or side torso, depending on how they're angled, and you get in and you hit whatever critical system they're in, with using wonderful snake eyes after you hit. Hey, that is the option. It's just that you're gambling that something good can happen, or you may even hit the head for that matter and do 3 points of damage. All right. Displace all of our weapons here. We're going to put the LRMs into the torso. Doesn't matter if he gets hit or not, he's going to die anyway. Let's put one weapon in, medium laser in the arm, and we're going to put the other two in the center torso. Why? Because I just like putting them in the center torso, because the odds of them getting hit are greatly decreased. Now we have these jump jets. I'm going to put 3 into each torso. The reason is because I want jump jets there because they do get in with the crit into the... I'm going to have some not the heat sinks, but the jump jets to hopefully soak up that crit. And you can do the same thing, but I'm putting my single heat sinks into the legs, because if I'm standing in water... Alright, let's see. Look at the amount of heat this thing can put out. And we have it set at 10 heat sinks. 3 medium lasers is 9. If he runs, that's 11. So, yeah, if he's in water, he can cool off. If he fires the LRM, that's only the 2 heat. So if he fires the 3 medium lasers and the LRM, that's 11. And then if he runs, that's 13. So that ain't bad. Now the big question is if he jumps. If he jumps at 6 and you fire 3 medium lasers, you're going to have some problems. You're chunking yourself up there at, well, that ain't so bad. That's 15, but still you're going to drop 1 on the movement, but that doesn't affect your jump jet. So you could jump away again and not fire, or just fire a couple and cool off. Yeah, and that's the kind of philosophy I'm looking at. Now, let's say we want to turn this mech into a 55 tonner. Let's go into make it 55. Ooh. Suddenly it doesn't work so well. Let's drop it down to... Now, when I'm doing a philosophy is, if I'm a scouting roll, I want a minimum of 6. Alright? My medium mechs, I always like at least a 5 for movement. That gives you good maneuverability. But it also, if you're looking at it as a line mech and you want more firepower but a little slower, there's nothing wrong with a 40-ton mech that's a 4.64 or something of that nature, and able to have a little bit more weapons, and they're moving along with some slower heavies or medium mechs. Their job is to hit other slow moving mechs. They're not necessarily the anti-scout or the scouting role. Okay. Alright, so we have a 585. We got 7.5 tons left over. Ooh, let's see what we can do. Alright, what I want to do is I'm going to upgrade that LRM-10. That LRM-5 becomes an LRM-10. And I'm going to replace that. Alright, so that leaves us 4.5 tons. What can we do with 4.5 tons? See, one thing you noticed is that I always max out my armor. Always. Because the armor is preventing your systems to being crits. Alright? It's kind of, the more armor you have, the longer you're going to stay in the field. Because I'm never a big fan of throwing more weapons on at the expense of my armor. Okay? And the way I play is I'm a hit and run type of guy. And that's the philosophy that now you're seeing the philosophy I have here, is a hit and run. And that the LRM-10 is going to be a harassment. Now, let's see, what can we do with the 4.5 tons? You know what? I'm going to put on some heat sinks here. Alright. Right now, we're creating 13. I'm going to put 4 heat sinks. That leaves us a half a ton. Let's see, we got 100. How much would it take to add another medium laser? Going to add one more medium laser, and that's probably going to be fine. Add. Yeah, we just lost 1 armor point. Ooh, and when that came off the back, no big deal. That works. I can live with that. So now we got 4 medium lasers and the LRM-10. This thing is, the whole role of this mech is harassment, running around the edges, and anti-scouting. Because with 4 medium lasers, you're getting close to a scout mech. That gives you some options here. And 4 medium lasers, that's, okay, 4, that's 12 heat. You got 14 heat sinks. You can run and fire all those and not heating up. If you fire all the medium lasers and the LRM, you're looking at 16. And if you run, that's 18. You could go up 4, and then the next turn you're going to have to shut some stuff off. Okay, so think of it about that way. So then if we look at the, let's say a heavy mech, all right, a heavy mech, I'm always wanting my heavies to be a 4.6. Could be a 4.64 for that matter. Don't necessarily have to have jump jets as a heavy. You know, there are some of them I like to have. It's like, you take example of the Grasshopper or the Jumping Thunderbolt. I like having some mechs, heavies with jump jets, because if you get into a city fight or a heavy wooded area, you can displace quickly and you're able to maximize your ability to get around and actually hit targets, spot targets, that type of thing. Instead of just running and slogging through stuff, you can actually go over obstacles and stuff like that. You know, that's how I think. Alright, let's bring this bugger up to, say, 70 tons or 65. Whoa, hello. That really affected things. Let's move the jump jets off. That leaves us max to my... Wow. Oh, okay, I see what I did. I left it at that. Let's drop it down to 4.6. Put the jump jets back on. Alright, so now we got 7.5 tons to play with. And if you add, upgrade, and change this, LRM, increase that, let's go to missiles and make that an LRM 15 with 2 tons of ammo, and replace that LRM 10 to an LRM 15, 2 tons. We got 16 points or 16 shots with that thing, and we still got 4.5 tons left. What can we do with 4.5 tons? I'm going to add a large laser. Large laser, 1 that's 5 tons. Add, and it took 3 points off the back. Whoop-de-doo. All right. So now we have a large laser, LRM 15, and 4 medium lasers. And if you look at the amount of damp or heat this thing puts out, we got 14 heat sinks. All right, the large laser is 8, and the LRM 15 is 5. 5 and 8 is 13, and we have 14, so we're good. And the end result is, if he walks, he doesn't heat up. If he runs, he will go up 1. Now, if he jumps, to be honest with you, if I jump, I'm not firing my LRM, just to be honest, because that's decreasing your ability to hit something really good. But, you know, it depends on what it is. Now, let's say if you got a stationary mech, you know, that hasn't moved and has no modifiers, and you jump, and you get jumped behind somebody at a distance, yeah, I might gamble with that. That's, you know, it's just a situational dictation there. Now, I don't know how long this video's been going. Let me see. I've been yapping along here for a while here. It's hard to say. Oh, we've gone 14 minutes. Holy crud. All right. Now, let's say we want to bring this thing up to an assault level. Now, assaults, I don't have a problem with assaults going as a 3-5, to being honest with you. Its job is to assault. Now, the 80 tonners and the 85s, I will leave those at 4-6. They may not have jump jets because when you get up that high, it's going to be adding up pretty heavy here. All right, let's go to 80 and 464. 1 ton left. That'd be interesting. Let's just add another heatsink to this thing. All right, that's 15. So you got an 80 tonner with an LRM-15. You know, this is like a super heavy Thunderbolt or something. But let's say you want, let's make this 90. Put it at 90. 90 tonner. And whoa, it's like I bumped it up to 90 tons, and suddenly I lost over 120 points of armor right off of it. Bam. Which is why you're going to see why some mechs are 3s, 3-5s. Like now I got a 3-5-3. This is, let's say, a Highlander. This is like a Highlander. And we got 14 tons to play with. Wow. Okay, let's bump up these heat sinks to 20. And now we got 20, and we're going to add some weapons here. I'm going to add a PPC to this thing. Add. Now we have a PPC, a large laser. So that's 18 plus the LRM 15. That puts us up at 23. And we still got 2 tons left. And we got, what was it, 4? Yeah, we got 4 medium lasers. I think what we're going to do is add 1 more heatsink and another medium laser. So now we got 5 medium lasers. Wait a minute. What the heck happened here? Somebody just lost a whole bunch of armor. Wasn't paying attention here. Oh, I added a second PPC. That explains it. Delete. Alright, that's better. Now we're going to add a medium laser. Helps to pay attention what you're doing. Why does it keep adding? Come on. There we go. Now add that. And then we can bump up the heat sinks to 21. And we still, alright, so we got maxed out armor. It's a 90 tonner. It's a 3-5-3. Got jump jets. This thing's armed with 5 medium lasers, a PPC, large laser, and LR-15. That's nothing to sneeze about. That's what I call an assault mech. And you're able to go in there and rip some armor off and go toe-to-toe and displace. Now, with jump jets like that, just think about this. You can jump behind somebody, get into the rear arc, and rip off the rear armor and get into the nice juicy bits. Right? That's something to think about. So, now, if you want to, let's say, turn another mech into a missile boat, that's fine. Let's say you want to make this a missile boat. Let's just take off this PPC, delete large laser, delete. I'm going to leave those medium lasers. I'm going to add another LRM on this thing. Go to missiles, LRM 15, 2 tons of ammo, add. So we'll have 3 left. Huh. Alright, so let's see how much heat we got here. They've got 3, 6. So that's 15, 20, 25. I'm going to add some more heat sinks to this thing. Alright, there we go. So now we have I just created a 3-5-3, 2 LRM-15s, and 5 medium lasers. So this is kind of like suddenly a super archer with 24 heat sinks. And really, I don't think you really need that many, to be honest with you. So 15. So I think we could probably easily get by with, let's go 20 heat sinks. Actually, let's go 18. I'm going 18 because I'm just thinking, the maximum amount of heat I can produce when I jump and fire my medium lasers is 18. That suddenly is 6. What we're going to do is flip this LRM 15 and we're going to replace it. An LRM 15 becomes an LRM 20. Wow. So now we got 2 LRM 20s, 5 medium lasers, and we still got 2 tons left. I'm going to put some ECM on this thing. This thing's going to get an ECM. Oh, they don't have any. Where is it at? Nope. Guess it's not available at that juncture. Not in that area. Forgot about that. All we could do is add, okay, up the armor any. What do we want to do? Add another ton of ammo. Yeah, let's add 2 more tons of ammo. Let's go to this ballistic missile LRM 20. Add 2. There we go. Now we got plenty of ammo for this thing. We can fire 12 turns with that. All right, that works. Now this kind of thing, you look at, and you can take an existing chassis and do this kind of work with it and create what you want with it. All right, that's total customization. And most of the stuff, like I've been telling you throughout, is I'm just doing minor tweaks on chassis, because a lot of times, I've been playing the Harebrained Schemes Battletech game, and you're still stuck with the existing. Let's say if you pull off some type of ballistic weapon, you only have so many hard points to be able to put more ballistic or downgrade stuff. So if you look at existing stuff, try to keep it within the bounds of what's existing already. That keeps it within the flavor of the game. That's why whenever I'm talking about, minor customization, what I'm showing here is total redesign of something totally new. So, and then you're going into the game that way. So, all right, I think this video's gone long enough. I think, yeah, we're up to over 20 minutes. And if you're watching something, listening to me yammer on for over 20 minutes, you're probably going, oh my God, just be quiet. All right, this is Alcorex, and we'll see you on the next one. Talk to you later.